I've never ever installed a kitchen before.
I broke a tile.
Hello and welcome to another video. This week is kitchen update week. We've had a fair bit going on. We'll update you on everything in this video. But the kitchen has arrived. We went with DIY kitchens. Everything arrived on time. The guys were really good. Brought it all into the house. No dramas.
Our kitchen's arrived. It's in all these boxes. But we have unpacked one drawer, one cabinet here, a base cabinet, which is going to be, and it will be put in place as the bin cabinet, which is so exciting because right now we have this awful non-cabinetised bin.
Yeah, it's awful.
Cole's desperate just to unpack. And he found this, a tasty little treat from our house to yours, from Alf and Claire Ellis, who are the company founders. And I wanted to open it before we had the camera out, but Cole wouldn't let me because there was too much noise because he's cooking his curry in the microwave. British made? I didn't know it was British made. I mean, I think I did know that, but that's nice to see.
What, the kitchen?
Yeah.
Where did you think it was made?
I don't know, I just said to put two and two together that it was like all...
Interesting.
Oh, that's cute. A cup of Yorkshire tea. I'll take that away with us. Oh, nice. Yorkshire flapjacks.
Oh, yum.
Oh, that's really nice. One with sultanas, one with not. That's very special to do that. It's a really nice little treat just to add in.
So it was mainly just one piece of cardboard wrapped around everything. It all arrived in perfect condition. I got all of that taken off and off to the recycling in about 2 hours. So I'm feeling a little bit more organised. Everything is in its place, ready to go in. Obviously, I need to remove this kitchen behind me. So that is what I'm going to get onto right now. But just a quick rundown on the DIY kitchen impressions so far. Everything seems to be like really good quality. We're super happy with the colour that we've chosen. The doors were already on the units, which I'm really excited about and looking like they're in line. So yeah, I'm just going to get into removing what I can today. I've never ever installed a kitchen before, so this is going to be a massive learning curve. Just going to get started on what I can today and we'll keep you updated on how it's all going.
So we're in Liberties, which is one of the oldest, I think, department stores, maybe. It certainly looks very old in London. They have this exhibition at the moment and it's free and it's all of the old Liberty prints on fabric. We just had a lovely bottle of champagne at the booking office, or the Palm Bar in the St Pancras Renaissance. We're doing this and then we're going for dinner and then we're going to see Evita, which is my dream. This is my birthday trip from my parents and we're having a lovely time. So nice.
So a little update of where we're up to. It's all kind of happening, which is a good thing, I suppose. It's just a little bit chaotic, so this is kind of where we're doing all our meal prep at the moment. We're just using basically the air fryer, and we're lucky we've got the microwave as well, so it's not too bad. The washing up is the hard part, without having a sink in the kitchen, of course. So yeah, the house is quite a mess, but anyhow, I'll show you what we've done so far. So I've managed to install the two tall cupboards with the small one across the top. There's obviously some trim to go along the top to tidy that up, and also the skirting along the bottom, which I'll do once all the kitchen's in, do that all at the same time. And then over here, the cooker has arrived. So we got double front there. It's a Smeg. Really excited to get that going. The biggest challenge is sort of coordinating the plumber and the electrician because they kind of have to come and go at different stages. Just actually started to try and do some of the plumbing myself, the parts that I know I can do. So I've just had to drill a hole in the wall, quite a big hole. I have to do the other side. I'm halfway through into the cavity. It's quite a thick wall. I think when I put a 30cm ruler in it, you could just see it at each end. So yeah, quite a large hole we're having to drill there. This pipe needs to come out of there instead because it's a bit too high, as I've got the butler sink going on top of this cabinet. The electrician is coming on Monday, so it's a couple of days away. He will sort out because this is a dual oven, so electric oven and gas hobs, so it needs both. Once I've sorted out that plumbing, which I'm hoping to do today and tomorrow, I'll be able to push this cabinet in. A few other things happening, but yeah, that's a bit of an update for you. That's how it's looking at the moment. So I'd say it's all going to plan so far. Not too many hiccups.
So we didn't get our handles from DIY Kitchen, but we needed them quickly because we were using our feet to open the doors. So I was looking online and I came across this company, which is obviously looks like a huge company, so I'm just late to the party, called Yesteryear, and I loved
Yes to home.
Yes to home. The reason I love them is because they do this amazing brass like ironwork, and one of the photos they had up is a beautiful gallery shelf with these like amazing brackets underneath, and that's what we're going to do on one side of the kitchen. So we decided to get all of our handles from them, and so these are the handles that are going to be on the kitchen cabinetry. We got all of our handles in polished brass, so all of the drawers will have this underhand pull. And these are the only kind of cupboard doors that we've got that need to have these kind of like bow ones. So we have these on here. And then for all of the other pulls, we will have these like mushroom brass knobs. So we ended up getting, I think we got 6 of these, 6 of the knobs, and 2 of these. And it was about 100 or so pound. They had like a £10, 10% off voucher or something for the first one, but they're really amazing, aren't they? And like super heavy and just look really cool. So if I just kind of show you, as you can go over here, they'll all look a bit like that. So that's good. And then whilst I'm over here, why don't I show you our new tap? So you can tell we're going with brass accents here. This is the tap that's going to go. So our Belfast sink will be going in the place of the old sink, and then this is the tap that we will have with it. So got it'll have the two bits that go into the top, and this really cool kind of French classic traditional tap with the 2 lever arms. So I really wanted this kind of vibe, and I saw it on something on Instagram or something, and I really liked it. And we got a little bit, you know, we really liked Cole, especially like some of the unlacquered brass, but they're so expensive. And even like there's a really nice brand called like Pierre and Round or something, or Rowe, but they're also really expensive. So this tap was £62, which I think still looks really good. And we saved a little bit of money on this, which means we can maybe spend a bit more money on things like the brass gallery rail that we'll have up on the shelves, and really nice brass handles for the rest of the kitchen. These white switches here have become a bit redundant. They were obviously placed for the old kitchen format. So some of those will be gone, but there does need to be 2 that stay. And we also want to move this one to be in line with the island so that you can like plug your phone in, and we wanted it to have the USB pieces too. So I went on this company's website called, I was Googling for like brass socket covers, and it's called Click for Electronics. Something like that. And this is all from the Click Deco range, and they're all brass, proper brass plates. I've just got my fingerprints on it now. But this is going to be the socket that sits above the island. Now, there are amazing ones that exist that don't have these white plastic bits, but this was like £11 or something, I don't know, really cheap, versus like 50 or 60 or even like 100 for like a proper one. So this will totally do us. It's got a USB-C and a USB, which is awesome. They also do these ones, which are the fuse covers. So no plug on that, just the switch and then the little fuse box, which I think just looks so much better than the ones that are on the wall. And then I also found they had these toggle switches. Like, I don't know if you follow Plank hardware. I followed that for a while. It's like one called like Soho something. But they do these old kind of hotel style. I mean, their ones are beautiful, don't get me wrong. Like, this isn't necessarily the same, but this is a pretty good version of it. I think they're like at least £30 each for a single toggle like this, and you can get cool ones like pressed for champagne or whatever. But this one was £5. Whoa, you're the driver. You let them know when to go. Do it again. You're very good at work. So again, total mess in here. This week we have received a few samples of tiles and samples of fabric. I mean, always fabric with us, isn't it? It's always a new fabric. We still haven't got a fabric in our dining area, and you guys spent a lot of time telling us which ones you liked. Our priorities changed. We didn't feel like getting blinds in that area was a make or break. So we moved on to the kitchen, but we will get back there. But we've got some fabric for our curtains that we want to have in the kitchen, which I'll explain to you. So let me take you through the tiles. These tiles are all from a company. A lot of tile places charge you for tiles, which I understand why. But if you're trying to find it's very hard to see the texture and the color of tiles, particularly if you're trying to find like an off-white color. So it seemed a bit disingenuous to me to charge me for tile. I mean, I get paid for the shipping, but this company, Porcelain Superstore, didn't charge us for tiles, hence why we chose them, and now we will be going with them for our tile order, which is not a huge amount, but just to know, it's quite good to give people the samples of their tiles. Sorry, they didn't charge us for the samples. Obviously, they charge us for the tiles. So we are looking for tiles in this part of the kitchen. Cole, please cut to the part where I show the kitchen. So the tiles will be behind the sink here. This is a sneak peek to what's going on. Tiles will be here, And then as you go around the corner where the cooker is, we'll have tiles. Did Cole mark it out? Yeah, basically we're going to have a shelf here, a gallery shelf here. That big V there is where the bracket will go. And another one on this side, but the tiles will be, we decided to go kind of one long line all the way along to the edge of our new brass plug socket. So it's actually quite big. I think it's about 2.5, maybe 3 meters squared. Now, if you remember back to a video a few videos ago, we spoke about wanting like that really cool kind of blue rooster, almost like a Portuguese old country kitchen facade above our cooker. It's just too expensive. We've decided it's too much money. We made an executive decision between the two of us that we were just going to go for a subway tile, but try and make it very rustic. So, first up in the porcelain, I'm going to go in the order of not being the ones that we want. So, this is actually a beautiful tile. It's called Harmony Stone. I think it's a great tile for another room and not for the kitchen, but it's got a little bit of, it's actually quite smooth, but it looks a bit textured. It's got this kind of, like stone agey vibe around the edges, which is really nice. I like the color, but it's not the right vibe for here. Cole reminded me that this kitchen's actually going to be quite busy in terms of textures, so we want it to be a little bit more matte. I love this tile. This is the first tile I actually saw on the website, which made me want to get the samples in the first place. This is called the Dorset Ivory tile. It's quite a big tile, which I initially thought was a great idea because they'd be easier to lay and they wouldn't look. I didn't want a mosaic tile, like it's too busy. It's really beautifully textured and it's a lovely color. So I was quite into that one. Because you get 4 samples for free, I just thought, well, I'm just going to add a couple of extra ones. And so both of the next 2 are from the country range, and they're much smaller. So I think they're about literally half the size in terms of length. They're actually thicker, and I think they have more of a rustic kind of texture to them. This is the white. I wanted to get the white just to make sure we didn't want a white color, but hopefully you can see some of the texture there. But the ones we're going to go with are, drumroll please, the country cream tile from Porcelain Superstore. They're very reasonable. I think they're under £50 per meter square. So for the 3 meters that we need here, and they've got a 15% off at the moment. So I think we literally ended up paying like 130, I think it was £138 for the tiles. And we've added the grout and the adhesive. We're getting a matching grout. I didn't want a dark grout, even though I know it's much better for maintenance. We want the backsplash to really blend in and look very natural. So these are the tiles that we're going with. So I'm really happy. They've got a really lovely texture. They're a bit thicker. And they're just a great cream color. We are also looking at what we're going to do with the window in the kitchen. So we definitely don't want a blind and we don't want full curtains. Obviously, it's a short window and it's above our sink. We have an amazing view. We love the view so much, but we do have neighbours. So we would like cafe style curtains. So we're going to get a brass rod and but that will sit about halfway up the curtain, the window frame. And then we're going to have some ruffled cafe curtains that my mum is going to make us. So we were looking at a linen. I wanted it like quite a thick fabric, so I haven't got to do double-sided. But I wanted it to still be really natural and really country vibes. So I found this company on eBay and actually have a store. And their name is Frank Thomas Interiors. I got a really beautiful, I've lost it unfortunately, a really beautiful little postcard with these samples, which I actually did pay for these samples. So I won't pay for tile samples, but I will pay for fabric samples. They have given us these 2 samples. We paid for them. They provided these 2 samples, and I am obsessed with the fabric. So this is a natural French linen. And as you can see, it's a beautiful kind of stripe style fabric. It's got the blue that we were looking to bring in, a little bit of like navy French blue into the kitchen. And it's also got this really nice red, which when I initially saw this, I was like, oh no, we don't need any red in the kitchen. But Cole made the great point that it kind of matches down to the banquette area. It's a bit lighter, this red, because it's on a natural background and because you won't see much of it because it's only going to be a half window cafe style curtain. I think it's perfect. But yeah, so I'm going to be taking the fabric to my mum's house this weekend. She will let us know how much we need. I'll order it, and then hopefully she'll be able to make. Well, she definitely will. She's very experienced in this kind of stuff. And I'll show you what we're looking for in terms of the finished product, which will be the inspo. But yeah, and let me tell you, the curtains will be the last thing we do. There is so much more money we need to spend in this kitchen. I broke a tile. I broke the tile. Let me see. Oh, it's fine. I broke the white tile. We're not using the white tile. We're only using the country cream, so that's fine. Lucky they were free.
Thought I'd just jump on and let you know where we're up to. So exciting things happening tomorrow. We have got the worktop being installed. So that's the oak worktop. I did look at doing it myself, but by the time I buy all the tools and with the potential of making lots of big mistakes, which very likely because I don't have any experience doing worktops, it just made sense to hire a professional to do it. So I'll be helping him with the lifting and stuff like that, but he'll be doing all the cutting and the hard stuff. So really excited for that. But for now, I've just been putting on those skirting boards you can see along the bottom there. I've still got this side to do. I'm going to wait until the worktop's gone on because the door for the dishwasher won't go on until after the worktop is on either. And then once all that's done, I'll put that final piece of skirting in. Done over here as well. And I still need to put the top trim on, which I am slightly dreading. So here we have it. The worktop is installed and we are thrilled with it. It looks really, really good. The guys did a very good job. If you live in Kent in the UK and are looking for someone to install an oak worktop, I can highly recommend these guys. Send me a message and I'll send you their details. This cost £400. £400 for the full install. And I think the worktop itself cost about $500, but we'll talk about that in a later video. So I'm now going to go on with the first coat of Osmo Top Oil. This is a clear matte. I'm hoping it doesn't change the colour too much, but it does tend to do that. I'll show you after I've done the first coat. So this is after one coat. I started over here, so this is dried slightly, but it still needs to dry overnight. It's really made that grain pop. It has to be oiled, and this is a clear matte oil, so it won't be a glossy finish, it will be matte. First coat done, and I'll do a second coat tomorrow, a third coat the day after. Currently just trying to plumb in the sink and this dishwasher. Now I have to be honest, the hardest part of this whole kitchen install for me has been just getting this integrated dishwasher level. Obviously it needs to be a certain height off the ground, it needs to be just under the bench top, you want it nice and close, but then either side has to be perfectly straight, and then putting on the door, it's just a lot of measurements, a lot of balancing, and it's taken me the longest time. I've been working on it for about 2 hours. Still not quite happy, but I'm getting closer. But yeah, 100% getting this dishwasher in is the hardest part of the kitchen install, in my honest opinion. Next week, I will be showing you how we installed this faux cobblestone wall. It's going to be going all the way around the door frame, across the top of the window, into this corner here. And hopefully I will also have this tiling finished across the backsplash. So thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you next week. And until then, take it easy.